Remember him? That's my cousin, Ali Reza. And yes, he's back again. And today I'm gonna turn him into ZUKO with this sketch using AI and Photoshop completely free. So if you want to know how to make your own cinematic character from the sketch into realistic, let's dive in Photoshop. Netflix just released new live-action series of Avatar, The Last Airbender, which I'm a big fan since childhood. So I start searching some images for the main idea to make a cool fan art poster. And I find this cool pose of Prince ZUKO. The son of Fire Lord Ozai. But I had a big problem. That was just a painted sketch, which could be a good start to make a cool real pose. So I open Styler AI website and start uploading the main sketch. You guys can use this website to turn your drawings into a realistic image, which could be so helpful for you. After uploading and trying a couple of times, I ended up with this one. Look how amazingly detailed it. But still, I have some problems with it. I needed to make some changes with the pose. So I go for the next step, Adobe Firefly, which after opening the generative fill section, I removed the left hand to make the new pose, just like that. Then after a couple of tries, I ended up with this one that, obviously, it needs some major changes, especially with that weird hand. So here my cousin entered the game, and I asked him to pose like our new pose. Then I took this photo. Now it was the time to replace my cousin with the main character. So here when I open up the Photoshop and start editing. So I start with the hand, and after selecting I put it in the position, and then mask it out, just like that. And I do the same for the other hand too. And with just some warp I fix the angle. Then I set the color and light with some hue and saturation and exposure adjustments. Then I fade the edges out with a soft round brush, just like that. And I paint some initial shadows for the left hand too. After that, I go for the head part. And after selecting the head, I put it in the position and resize it, just like that. Then I mask out the edges with a hard round brush too and stick the head to the body just like that. After that, as you know, ZUKO is a bald man with a burnt eye. So first I just make a shape with pen tool. Just like that. Then I add a skin texture and fill the shape with warp. Then I fade the edges with a soft round brush to make it something like that. Now it's time to make it more realistic and 3D, so I paint an initial shadow to the head to fix the lighting. In the next step, I remove his eyebrow with remove tool to make the burnt eye. Then I start paint the burnt area on his face based on the original ZUKO. After that, I paint the area nice and clean with a hard brush. Just like that. Then, I fill the area with black color. Now it's the time to add texture. So I use this tissue texture and clip it and change its mood to luminosity to create the burnt area. Then for blend it to the face and its 3D model, I try to paint shadow based on the head shape and lighting. Also, I paint some highlights too. Then I erase the edges with a grunge brush to make them look more natural. Then I add more texture and change its mood to multiply to make the darker area on his face just like ZUKO. So I make a black mask for it and start painting softly with a grunge brush, just like that. Then I add an exposure adjustment to make it even darker. After that, I paint some shadows around the edges to make it look more natural. After that, I use a burn skin photo for the edges to make them look super natural, so I select it with lasso tool and put it in the composition. And after that, I change its shape with puppet warp, just like that. Then I mask out extra areas and fix the color and light with a bunch of adjustments. And finally, I add extra final shadows to the eye to complete our ZUKO style character. And after, add some more texture to the skin and edges, I prepare to make a super cool scene for this young Fire Lord. Let's dive in. Well guys, here's what I end up with, and I hope you like it. Don't forget to comment and like the video. And as you know, it's not finished here. Let's take a look at this week's sneak peek, so I'll see you in my next video.